video about somebody who has stolen something and, of course, tried to cover up their actions. We have the horse thief from the Native American Tarot, which is the Seven of Blades. And then we also have the joint effort card, which talks about, of course, multiple people working together. So we could have a few folks that stand to gain from this theft or thievery. It could also be multiple instances of stealing or trying to take advantage of, I don't know, like the boss being out of town or an inheritance. So we've got somebody here who felt pretty confident that they would be able to avoid discovery, but they have not, and someone has figured them out, which is why, of course, I had to refer to Scooby-Doo in the title. Hello, Rachel. Hello, Carter. How are you doing? Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedonestarot@gmail.com. You can find it in the description box along with more information on how to get additional content by being a member. Thank you to the current members. And you can also find out how to happen upon my Etsy shop if you are interested in a homemade soy candle. All right, let's dive in. I think we will start with, I'm going to go with the Spellcasters Tarot. Let's see what else we've got. Hello, Anna Marie. How are you doing? I'm doing well. What about you, Rachel? I was able to go to my favorite store and pick up some more. Also, like I had to get like stones for the new tarot decks. All right, what else do we have? The Nine of Pentacles and the Magician with Empress in the reverse. So something that I was not able to get myself, I found a way to engineer like an opportunity to take that thing. So, oh, you're gonna be out of town? Cool, then maybe I'm gonna show up. Or, oh, you left your door unlocked? Okay, well, I'm gonna take advantage of that since I really want to take, I don't know, your TV. But we have someone who is maybe a little bit overly confident in their abilities to be sneaky or overly confident in the lies that they told, hoping to cover up their crime. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Someone who may have been dealing with some financial issues. It's also quite stormy over here, so I don't know if you heard that thunder, but I think it kind of goes along with the mood of the reading. Hello, James. How are you doing today? Hello, Nat Nat. How are you? Hello, Erin. I hope you're having a good day. So we've got the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. I was not doing great financially, but I found this opportunity to take some cookies from the cookie jar, right? Probably not cookies. And then I was able to abscond. I was able to flee. And I feel like there's something of value that they were able to hide or even sell. What else do we have, please? Eight of Wands in the reverse. King of Cups in the reverse. So we do have multiple people that were involved. I think the most likely number is 3, but it could be 2. And this is like, you know, we've got what we wanted, but mum's the word. Do not tell people what's going on. And with this King of Cups in the reverse, it feels to me like we got somebody who was not capable of keeping the secret. Let's just hope it doesn't mess with the internet, right? Hello, Jamaica. How are you doing today? Hello, Mystical. How's your day going? And Rachel, are you avoiding the storms or are you getting them as well? So we've got the Queen of Swords and the Four of Swords in the reverse. Some information, like someone dropped their ID or, I don't know, like an earring. or there's a footprint, a fingerprint. There's something here at the crime scene, wherever this thing was stolen from, that points in the direction of the criminal. Scooby-Doo is on the case. Ten of Swords in the reverse. So you thought you would be able to get away with stealing whatever this is, but you didn't cover all of your bases. I love this card. It's a little spooky with the High Priestess not having a face, but that's, for me, that's saying no face, no case. And we had somebody that really thought that they had covered their tracks, or they would be able to avoid being discovered, and it looks like they are wrong. Hello, Nuba. What's up? Hello. Is it La'at? The title is a reference to Scooby-Doo. I couldn't help myself. And I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling kids. Hello, how's it going, Delinia? Hello, May Marie. Thank you for the sparkles. So this is Le Grand Tarot Belin. And fair warning, it's in French, so sometimes I'm a little bit off, but thankfully I have a decent enough understanding of the tarot to mostly figure it out. All right, so we have the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords in the reverse, and the Devil. So some immature energy here. If you're gonna do some crime in, I would think it's smart to, like, you know, pair up with someone who's strategic, somebody who's smart. But it feels to me like we have somebody who made a plan and didn't anticipate something going wrong, something like leaving an ID, or I didn't expect it to storm, so, you know, I ended up having to run away before I could change the fact that I was leaving footprints, or they're gonna have tire marks now because, you know, it was muddy. We have the Star. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. It's H-U-I-T. Is it hui? Sorry, I find French like challenging but whimsical. They left something undone, or they left something behind. And that's really not a good look if you're trying to do something to not get caught, right? You probably need to cover all the bases. Hello, Interceptor. How are you doing? Hello, Malachi. What's up? Hello, Key Controller. How are you doing? Hello, Nova. Hello, Luke. What's up? So they didn't do everything they needed to in order to avoid capture, and now there's some fear, some concern. What can we do to avoid capture, or how can we make someone else look guilty? Because I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to have any issues. I don't want to have to deal with the law. Well, I don't think they're going to have much choice. Hello, Vaccinator. Oh, no. Hey, maybe this is making room for someone who's even better, you know? Nova, I do personal questions after the general reading, so if you would like me to pull some cards for you, you can put a super chat into the live chat and I will add your name to the list. I do have Flower already written down for a personal question in case you're out there, Flower, as I missed your super chat at the end of the last live stream, so you would be numero uno. All right, let's get a few from, we're gonna go with the Cats Rule the Earth. Oh, that's nice of you, Luke. What else? The Fool in the reverse. The Ace of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Oh, we got a very intelligent investigator on the case, a detective. This Queen of Swords means business. Can't you just tell by, like, the posture here? Like, I'm gonna figure you out. It's like, what was that dude's name on Dexter? Who was, like, on to him? Did it start with a D? Yeah, this Queen of Swords is like, I have a feeling I know what happened here. I think I know who the guilty party is, and I'm going to prove it too. This Queen of Swords does not have to be a woman, but I do feel like this is the investigative element of the reading. The I think I can prove this person. You're funny, Sandy. Yes, Scooby snacks required. Hello, Flower. Don't you worry. I got you written down. Really? Because it's so hot? I mean, honestly, it's pretty hot here too, but the rain, I think, is kind of helping. Hello, Static. How you doing? So we have the Eight of Cups in the reverse and the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Dun, dun, dun. Why do I do that? Because it's two numbers of the same. And I don't know. I feel like this is indicative of something else from the past tying the current crime to a specific individual. So if they had to get fingerprinted for a previous crime, that could be making the case easier to solve, right? Because then you're comparing it to something else. This person's in trouble. They stole something. They felt like they were going to be able to get away with it. I do feel like they were working with someone else or two other people. And we could have a person who decides to be a snitch. Well, I appreciate that about you, Luke. You're a trendsetter. Oh, you got the kitten zoomies happening? Oh, that's adorable. All right, so we have the Four of Swords. This talks about jail. I think we have someone who has already been in jail or someone who already has a record. And they were careless at the scene of the crime, wherever they were, to steal this thing that is of great value. And they could be working with a family member, like, you know, a cousin. Or this Ten of Pentacles is referring to the fact that what they stole was worth a lot of money. Five of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. I was focused on the other things here. I kind of forgot about these two cups. And those two cups are going to end up being like linked back to the criminal. So you might think you can just like hide the really expensive thing you stole, or, you know, sell something and not spend a lot of money frivolously and no one will ever know. But I think this person's about to get caught. Hello, Steven. How are you doing? King of Cups in the reverse. Two of Swords in the reverse. So there's definitive evidence here. And it's also relatively easy for this Queen of Swords investigator to uncover some motive, really. I was going to say motivation, which I guess, you know, it still works, but there's a clear motive. You know, you were running behind on your bills, or you felt like you should have inherited that instead of your sibling. There's something here where the Queen of Swords is like, yes, I think it's this person. They left this behind, and this circumstance makes it entirely believable that they would be willing to do that. Hello, Stephen. All right. Let's get a few from, yeah, this is A Gamer's Ways. What else do we have, please? Character creator. You have all of the tools you need to create your vision. Nobody can tell you who you are meant to be. Do not let the past hold you to any former version of yourself. To level up is to change. And the Bard. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But this is someone who's not a taker. They prefer to give. They're able to tap into some unique kind of magic that lifts the spirits of those around them. Having a bard in your party is good for morale. Requires a vibe stat of 69 or higher. So this is someone that they say is not a taker. I think this is the Queen of Swords. I think this is someone who is well suited to investigative work because they understand a lot of different types of people, right? Hello, Kartik. How are you doing? I hope I said your name right. Well, it's somebody who thought they could steal something of value and not get caught. And I do feel like it's more than one person that was working on this theft. New game. Does this part of the world seem smaller? You did it. You have 100% completion in this story. Now take all that loot and hard-earned experience into a new dawn. Those early game challenges won't stand a chance this time. So we have somebody who has been successful in stealing in other areas, other states, other countries, but they did get caught elsewhere. This is why we have somebody who's able to say, okay, we have a fingerprint and can we find a match in the system? And I do feel like there's a record here somewhere. But this is not somebody who's like, oh, you know what would be really fun? You know, I've always wanted to like steal something. It just seems like I would be so good at it. No, this is somebody who has had a few attempts or a few experiences like this. What do we want? We're gonna go with the Black Tarot. What else do we have? Someone with sticky fingers. True. We love you anyways, James. What else do we have? Knight of Swords in the reverse. The World. And the Star. I think there's someone who gets caught for, I don't know, like speeding, or they get kicked out of a bar for getting into a fight or some other infraction, and then they, what's the expression? They sing? They tell the police department that has them, okay, fine, yes, I was involved in something else. I might have been trying to steal something, or I might have actually done so. One of the involved parties is turning on the person or the people they worked with in order to try to avoid the severity of punishment that is lined up for them. So we have the Moon and the Four of Cups. I could, say I don't know anything, but because it's easier for me, I'm going to tell them what I know. Hello, Rick. How are you doing? Hello, Lee. What's going on? I hope you're having a good one. Yeah, I think you're right, Static. Let me add that for you, Lee. My ex keeps saying, that's weird. Huh. Is he antagonizing or delusional? Huh. Yeah, that's strange, and maybe just trying to irritate you, but we will find out. Oh, I'm so happy for you, Lee. That's awesome. All right, what else do we have? And we'll start those personal questions in a little over, well, in about 14 minutes. That does not sound like healthy. Oh, I hope you feel better soon, Rick. We've got the Tower. Hello, Mohammed. We have the Tower and the Knight of Cups. This looks like a plea deal, or this looks like a, you know, we already got you on this. Well, I guess that is kind of a plea deal, right? Why don't you tell us about this thing that you stole? Why don't you tell us about what you were doing with, like, your college buddies, or, you know, the people that you usually like to get drunk with? They end up spilling because they feel like they're already caught. So now whatever this theft was, the people are caught, or they're going to be. It feels like it's either 2 or 3 people. 6 of Cups and the 2 of Swords. So why don't you tell us where it is, or why don't you tell us, like, did you sell that thing? Where is it? Emperor in the reverse. And the 8 of Spheres. Well, see, what had happened was, this is someone who doesn't have possession of the thing that was stolen, or they only have like a small amount of the cash if it was, and they're pointing out the other involved parties. They're snitching. They're like, okay, you got me. Here's what happened. Here's who I was dealing with. Does that mean you're going to be nicer to me? Can I get like a lesser charge, or, you know, term? 9 of Swords in the reverse, Ace of Cups. Yeah, we'll negotiate that. But you got to tell on your friends. All right, let's get a few from Kipper, because they actually have an imprisonment card. We'll see if that comes out. Or a courthouse card, or adjudication. Yes, please hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. What else do we have? You guys, that's another thief card. I told you, we got someone who stole something, and now they're caught. Now they don't have a way out. So they're telling on their friends. Now there's concern or frustration because, oops, I guess I can't keep it secret anymore. And I feel like this is about a house search. We got a warrant. We're going to look and see if you've got that thing that you stole. Because this person over here, they decided to snitch on you. They decided that they were going to no longer prioritize your friendship because they would like to have less of a legal problem. So we are mourning the end of your friendship. This is someone who's betraying a person they did crimes with because they want to have a lesser punishment. Yeah. I think there was a large sum of money stolen or something that was worth quite a lot of money, and there was an agreement or a close friendship here. It could be a romantic relationship, but I feel like this is more so saying like we knew each other really well. We were very much so associated with each other. And now we have this problem. Now we have this concern. This is the Gypsy Oracle. Yeah, things are getting pretty serious. Scrappy 2 is the real MVP. How you doing, Redbeard? Yeah, but you see, it didn't happen like that. Hello, Pedro. We have the wife card. Haughtiness. Somebody who thought that they were too cool to get caught or they were too strategic. There's no way I'm going to have any consequences for my actions. What are you talking about? But now we have somebody who is in deep trouble because their house has been searched and something has been found. Might be a wedding ring. Might be a deed or a title, like for a car, right? I feel like we've got friends or people who were previously on the same side that are now enemies because somebody has confessed to a situation here. We're gonna go with the Gilded Reverie. Oh, I'm sorry that happened to you, Rachel. That's awful. Yeah, we had somebody who took a gamble and they thought that they could get away with it. They thought that they could take something that belonged to somebody else. There could have been a little bit of physical intimacy deployed. What is that called? A honeypot? In order to get access to a place or some information or maybe even get somebody's key. And now we have a friendship or a relationship that is breaking up because of this jewelry or whatever this expensive item is that has been found by the search party. So we have the coffin. This could indicate that it was in fact an inheritance, or it could mean that somebody is like caught. You can't lie anymore. We got everything we need to be able to win in court against you. So a lot of this is regarding, it's like backed up by maybe cell towers, or you used your credit card so we know that you were in that part of the state or the country. All right, why not? We'll go with the True Crime Oracle deck. I'm pretty sure there's a few of them in here that deal with thievery. But I think these are seasoned criminals. These are people who have done something previously, and that's why it's easier to catch them. This could be someone who set a fire or saw that everybody was distracted by, a natural catastrophe. And because there was jealousy, someone decided, okay, well, I'm just going to like slip over real quick and I'll steal the thing that I want. Interesting. We have water as well. This could also be about astrological signs, of course. But we have someone who thought that they could travel elsewhere and hide what they had stolen, or if they moved out of state, it would be just fine. They wouldn't get caught. But ultimately, we have jealousy at the root of this story. Someone who felt like they should have inherited, grandma's necklace or ring or whatever it might be. And so if I know where it is, I can sneak in and steal it. Especially if there's something here that has you distracted. All right, let's see. We're gonna go with the situations deck, and then after that we will start with the personal questions. Hello, Truth, or True Urban, how you doing? Oh, dang. So did she get caught? Yeah. So we have sold, moving, physical location change. Yeah. So I moved to a different place, or I started a life elsewhere, right? And thought that I would be able to escape the consequences, but they continued that criminal behavior, and now we have someone who's going to jail. Now we have somebody who is telling their secrets and no longer wants to be their partner in crime, no longer wants to, take the blame. So when we talk with the district attorney or prosecutor or whatever it is, I'm going to tell them what actually happened and get you in trouble, right? Whoever they were working with, they're thrown under the bus. It doesn't matter if we were friends. It doesn't matter if we were lovers. I'm going to tell them exactly what happened to lessen my own, sentence. So we have roller coaster. We were the best of friends, or we were obsessed with each other romantically, but now I'm not on your side. Now I'm going to blame you for what happened. All right, let's dive into the personal questions. Thank you for liking and subscribing, by the way. Oh, I hope that goes well for you, True Urban. All right, so for flower, we have still feeling stuck on Lucas. Which pattern or cycle haven't I seen? We've got the page of lightning, the ace of pumpkins. So that's the page of swords and the ace of pentacles, along with the king of cups in the reverse, or king of potions in the reverse. So this feels to me like there's communication that seemed promising or uplifting, but it should have helped you to see that somebody was still struggling with a particular element of emotional maturity. Hello, DD, how are you doing? The Fool in the reverse, the Six of Pumpkins or Six of Pentacles, and the Lovers in the reverse, two sixes. So this is someone, yes, that has worked on themselves, but what you are missing or what you have not seen is that there is a decision that has still, it's like I've decided to do something, but I didn't actually do it. Is this regarding Flower's own healing? No. So is this regarding discernment of Lucas? Yes. So you may be a little bit too forgiving. It's like, you have a picture of Lucas and then you use a filter to make Lucas look better. Like, oh, look at that. All of a sudden you have 6 abs, oh, look at that. Suddenly, no wrinkles. There's something here where it's like you allow for the information about a person to hit your intuition, but you dress it up a little bit. Let me just fix that for you. So you're still a little too nice. Love you. You're amazing. But you gotta be a little bit meaner. Which reminds me, when I was working in a retail shop as an assistant manager, I had a boss, my favorite boss, by the way, who said, Carmen, you're a little too nice. When people are in here for an interview, you're over here like, oh my gosh, I've got so many reasons why I should hire you. You're funny. You know how to shower. And you can count dimes properly. But what about the problems? What about the reasons not to hire them? So he taught me to look for the negative, and I was like, but like I'm an optimist. I don't know what you're talking about. You're gonna have to be a little bit harsher. Okay, you're gonna have to be like, I don't know, you're kind of attractive, but like, what's going on there? You're a great person, but like, why do you smell like that? I don't think it's actually to do with hygiene, but it might be about spiritual hygiene. So you're a little bit too kind. 9 of Swords and the 4 of Pumpkins or 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. So catch and release. You might be a little bit too forgiving in terms of whether or not somebody is actually like doing what they need to earn a spot at your table. Your sniff test is not quite there yet. Okay, and what other guidance does Flower need, please? Knight of Potions, which is the Knight of Cups. 10 of Pumpkins or 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, and the 3 of Potions or 3 of Cups. So there's this romantic side of you that seems to be a little bit too eager for a long-term relationship, even when the foundation has not yet been built. So this is saying, spend some time with your friends, spend some time with your family, or spend some time, you know, in nature. But don't be expediting a relationship when there's still some things that need to happen with regards to working on yourself or them working on themselves, right? Yeah. I suppose the more recent phrasing would be, you can't fix him. You got to fix himself, right? Or he don't want to be saved. Hey, Sahab, I'm sorry this isn't for you, but I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Let's try not to be so angry, eh? Well, I think that works out, James. All right. What else? Queen of Lightning or Queen of Swords. Suspension. 6 of Potions or the 6 of Cups. And the Hierophant in the reverse. Yeah, so there is something here that should be... It just keeps coming back to, like, you're too kind with that 6 of Cups. It's normally that kid handing another child a cup like a gift, right? So I'm not saying that you should be completely not generous or, like, that you should be a jerk to everyone. But you need to be more discerning with regards to who gets to actually enjoy your energy. And you might have to, like, block people a little bit more readily. But with Hierophant in the reverse, it's like you are creating another like requirement, or maybe it's even a deal breaker. If you can't do this, then I don't want to like hang out with you. If you haven't done this, then I'm not getting naked with you. If you can't talk through your emotions, then I'm not going to feel them for you. It's just another layer to your ability to block out people who have not really done what they need to. So is this saying that she's supposed to block Lucas? No. This is not saying you have to block Lucas, but this is saying you need to do more to not let him be such an active element of your thought patterns. Yeah, Static, you might have a point there. Hello, LMM. I am currently doing personal questions. If you would like to do one, you can put your question in a super chat and I will add you to the list. Oh, thank you, Lee. Let me add that for you. Is my client's son and wife going to divorce? Why? I've added that for you. All right, we love you, Flower. I hope things go well for you. Let's see. Oops. I almost dropped them. Cooperate cards. All right, this is the Cat's Eye Tarot. Did I say hello to Third Eye? Hello, Third Eye. You're welcome, Queen Cheese. I'll go eat some Roquefort after this in your honor. All right. So for Lee, my ex keeps saying our two daughters. You only have one child together. So is he being antagonizing or delusional? We're going with delusional on this one. I don't think he's got his wits about him. We've got the Magician in the reverse and the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. He's spending his money on a substance. So he is aware that this is your daughter and not his, the older one. But he's like confused. He's not all there. Hello, Aquarius. That is not what my gift is for. You trying to make money off of it? You're going to have to guess yourself. Sorry. I don't do sports ball. So we have Lovers in the reverse. The High Priestess. Oh no, it's like underneath everything. Come here, you. Ooh, I think I got it. Got it. We have the High Priestess and the Seven of Swords. I don't think he is in command of his faculties. I think he is a little bit out of his mind. And with the Seven of Swords, I do feel like there is something here about Haley trying to like make things worse. So we have the Two of Cups. He's also saying that because he feels like she respects him in some way that other people do not. So they might be a little bit toxic, right? Six of Pentacles in the reverse and the World. So your older daughter makes him feel like he's more reasonable or he's right. So there is like a degree of loyalty here. But I also feel like he's just kind of not all there right now. And what about Lee's client? The son and wife, are they going to divorce? It does look very likely they're going to divorce. We have the Ten of Swords and the Queen of Wands. We've got one person who seems to be daydreaming about a life of being single or daydreaming about no longer having to answer to their partner. So has there been infidelity here? Yes. Is it just emotional affair? Yeah, it started with emotional affair and now we have somebody who is contemplating the consummation of it. But the partner who has been faithful seems to be aware or at least suspects something has changed. That's fair. Hello, Mr. Terrell. How are you doing? Did I say hello to Key Controller? I'll get in trouble if I didn't. Why are they going to divorce? Because someone doesn't feel bad for what they did to their partner. And it sure looks to me like it was infidelity. So there is a desire to end this relationship because it's like, I don't trust you and I don't feel like that's going to change. So why would I stay in this connection, right? So with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, I don't think it's going to take very long. I would think by summer's end, things would be escalating quite dramatically. All right, I think I'm going to leave it there. Hello, CTF. How are you doing? Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for hyping the video if you're able to. And I will see you on